Hiya, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome too. I am Hinny, a spiritual astrologer, and you can find my details below in the description if you'd like a reading with me. Also, please subscribe to this channel if you enjoy my work, if you resonate with this video, and give it a thumbs up, please. That would really help as well. And leave me a comment below if you are Aries Rising or Aries Ascendant. Rising, Ascendant just mean the same thing. And let me know what your take and experience on this topic is. So yes, that is going to be today's topic, Aries Ascendant or Aries Rising. Now, you, my love, I've got my beverage, I hope you do too, but you, Aries Rising, are the divine inspiration. And you're so similar actually to Libra Rising. You are the go-getter who also sits back so well. And also you're the greatest gift giver. I find that a lot about Aries Rising. You give a lot of gifts to people, good gifts to people. You give back very well as well. And you are the natural pioneer. You are a painter, a cartoon enthusiast, smiling and merrily going about the day of life. And quite likely, your spirit is very into creating, yes, things like makeup could be a big thing, and also just the victorious justice of things as well. You're very into that usually. And your general lack of fear of making mistakes makes you agreeable to others. And friends, therefore, are very easy to meet. I don't think they're hard to come by. You've got Taurus in the second house, Aries Rising, which means that things really do need to be planted and nurtured in simple but consistent ways. So not one-off planting of things, but simple and consistent. And the more you try to twist and pollute the process of something that you're trying to put effort into, or something you're trying to fruit, the more futile the outcome is for you. And you have Gemini in the third house, which usually makes you very good with foreign languages, or a second language at least. And many of you flit between countries or between spaces, distances, due to family and or your work. And like Scorpio Rising, one thing I love about you, Aries Rising, is that you rise to challenges and your spirit is not easily defeated, especially if you have the Sun in Aries as well as the Ascendant, because the Sun is exalted in the sign of Aries. And with Pisces in the 12th house, this is for all Aries risings, you have this childlike naivety, and it sometimes can be your downfall. So do always look into people and look into things before you give someone or something your hand. Your element is fire, and this is cardinal or tropical fire. And to me, you're most in your element wherever there is adventure and challenge to create, challenges to compete, challenges to achieve. And Mars, you might have guessed, is your best friend. Even though Mars is a malefic planet traditionally, more than any other rising sign, except perhaps Scorpio rising, you benefit from tracking Mars and understanding how it affects the rhythms of your spiritual experience. Right now, you've got Mars in Sagittarius transiting your ninth house of higher learning and many other things, but it's in your ninth house. It's in a fellow fire sign as I speak, as I make this video. But anyway, yes, pay attention more generally and in the long-term future as well to which sign Mars is transiting. And remember also that Mars represents many, many things, but among them, strife, tearing things apart, pushes forwards and pushes upwards and through things. Mars deals with rashness and impulse and action. Now, Aries rising with Cancer in the 4th house for you, there is sometimes this mysterious little way in which your family or your home, your homeland, pulls you back down if you're not paying attention to it, especially for those Aries risings who spend a lot of time abroad or a lot of time abroad in their work, if that makes sense. You might be still in the same town or city or whatever, but you might still be very much abroad due to work. The more you ignore that, and basically creates more friction. So watch out for that. And you can also be subconsciously called to honor some part of your familial heritage. And you can find this through fictions, through stories. You can find this through creating or salvaging stories of the past and championing those stories. And also, anyway, doing this familial heritage thing in a very public or contesting way for some of you. And yes, many of you may be proud of where you come from or proud of the home, at least in eventuality. And for some Aries risings, there may be an overly pushy or even violent side to the personality, which could be tempered a bit by channeling some of that Libran energy, by learning about the other and how to succeed through things like diplomacy and reason over that hasty rage, that head first, headbutt type of attitude that some Aries risings, especially men, especially people who are in cultures or communities that really promote masculinity, the Aries rising could really struggle with some of these issues. And your ruling planet Mars is actually exalted in the cautious earth sign Capricorns. That's where the exaltation of Mars is. So you may find, in fact, much more long-term spiritual satisfaction, Aries rising, when you take your time with things, measuring the worth of a movement or attack and assessing its impact on your reputation or your legacy, things like that. And also you have Leo in the 5th house. So there's no shortage for you of your love for things like drama and fun and games, and you may actually take very big, brave gambles in your life. This alignment of Leo in the 5th also makes you fiercely protective of your children, or if you're going to have children in the future, you will be a fiercely protective, probably very proud parent, as well as the 5th house, when we talk about children, also means other types of child that are not human, but things that you have produced or put out into the world as well. So these things that are kind of like your babies or your children, you can also be very protective of them. Now, as an Aries rising or Aries ascendant, you have a Libra descendant, or your 2nd rising sign is Libra. So you may attract partners who are somehow Libran. They probably are very beautiful in some way. They may be really intelligent and refined somehow. They could be excellent at decorum and manners and politeness, and also excellent at managing their day, managing their routine, managing all types of relationship in their life as well. And with Virgo in your 6th house, Aries rising, health and work are it is what it is. And there should not be any secrets at all as to what needs to be worked on for you. I don't think you can really avoid your health with this placement. And people also with Aries rising can find you to be too self-interested, because you have this very cardinal Mars-led energy in the 1st house. But really, you just have a great knack actually, for getting up and out and toward what you want to create and contend with in life. Probably your early birds, Aries rising, or you don't have much problem getting up early. And probably you wonder what other people are so afraid of. Like, why are they not also getting up and getting out and smashing through things? Finally, Aries Rising, your spiritual destiny is like that of a juggernaut, destined to smash through things and take your particular world by storm, if you want to. People are also most in awe when you demonstrate your spirit through being both calculated and confident, and you possess this joyful and optimistic faith as well. You are the magician that is born out of that already deeply magical Piscean 12th house of yours. And people applaud you and they live to have you in their council. So that's my little bit for you, Aries Rising, Aries Ascendant. Leave me a comment if this is your rising sign. I'd love to talk about it. I do respond to all my comments when I have the time. And I hope to see you in the next video. Take care and subscribe, please. And thumbs up this video if you enjoyed. Take care, all the best. Stay safe and well. Bye-bye.